What's going on, Workforce? Brian here, and today we're talking about Shadow PC. This is a non-sponsored post. I want to sit down and really kind of give you some raw thoughts about Shadow PC. Now, they've provided this service to me for free right now to test it out, and the real fun thing about it is I've been using this for the last month. When you've been watching my live streams, if I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV in the cloud. Now, I'm based in Texas. The data center is in Texas. They also have data centers in Paris and on the east and west coast here in the United States, and they're looking to expand to more. What's really interesting about Shadow PC as a whole is that it's a gaming PC in the cloud. This is a real advantage to somebody like me who essentially has the right internet and really decent internet so that I can play it. I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, I'm playing Destiny 2 with no lag whatsoever. I'm not noticing any lag whatsoever when I'm playing these games, and it gives me a real benefit. Chris has also been testing it out as well on his own box because he's been playing on Mac, and now he's able to go and have a Windows PC that he can play these games from, be it World of Warcraft or any game possible that's able to run on PC. So it's really a huge strength and a huge value. Now, I'm showing the stats for the Shadow PC that I'm currently running on, and one of the strengths of Shadow Gaming, or cloud gaming as a whole, is that the promise is that the service is going to continually get better and better and better, and this is what we'll hopefully see here as well. Right now they've got 12 gigs of installed RAM. I've got a Xeon 2.5 gigahertz processor, as well as a 1080 GTX NVIDIA graphics card. So I'm able to run Final Fantasy XIV at full maximum settings, and again, no latency. It looks beautiful, and if you want to see some real life examples of it beyond this dedicated video, you can go check out my live streams. We have a playlist. That's me running on Shadow. It is that smooth, and it's really, really exciting for what it means for the future of video games, especially when it means the future of the cloud. Now, you might be somebody who has bad internet right now in the United States or somewhere in the world, and I totally get it. I think that's going to be a problem that's solved with time and investment. As the internet continues to improve, as speeds continue to improve, at some point we might be seeing a one console future, which will be something like the cloud and these services. Now, if you go and you buy a year of Shadow PC, it's like $288. Now, when the numbers are all crunched, that's not necessarily a bad price, because if you're talking about constant upgrades, if you're talking about, let's say I get to be able to move to a 2080 GTX, like with ray tracing, like as they continue to improve the servers, like that seems like a very low cost to always be on the latest and greatest and not have to worry about it. But for somebody who has a gaming PC, it might not necessarily be the right value. So we're going to have to see how things, kind of compete. And that's one of the things that's really exciting about Microsoft coming on board, Google coming on board with Stadia, that we've got PlayStation now, and more people are going to be competing in this space, in this cloud gaming space, because that should hopefully help keep prices very reasonable and very affordable. And at some point, it might be just something that you have to just pay to play for, and then you have access to a huge library of games and things like that. The future is going to be very interesting. We're going to be following it along with it. But what for me this means is this is a proof of concept. So how do you sell cloud gaming to somebody? I think you have to have hands-on with it. I think when we saw it the last E3, where people were saying like, yeah, there's no latency, or they're trying to time these things, honestly, you got to go hands-on. I think essentially cloud gaming becomes the future of gaming when everybody has no detectable latency whatsoever. I think there'll still obviously be holdouts who want a physical console that they have to kind of buy and upgrade every 7 years. But when we talk about the next generation of consoles and PC and things like that, if the systems are always getting better and everybody's kind of on that same kind of backbone, I think it ends up being a more even playing field overall. Now, what you're seeing here is me loading up Final Fantasy XIV. I'm using the shadow window. I can go and make this full screen. I'm not going to do that right now because I want you to see that it's not actively running on my game. And here I am just running around pressing buttons. I'm using an Xbox controller that's obviously hooked up to my local PC, and I am running and I'm recording, and I'm just going to go run around. I can go like hit a striking dummy. I cannot fly because I was testing out some awesome tanking macros for a future video for for the channel, so keep an eye out for that one. But this is the game, and you hear the music rendered beautifully. You hear just the visuals rendered, again, in high quality. If I want to go ahead and just show you what it looks like briefly from a full screen perspective, I can just hit enter full screen, and now I'm essentially running the game like you would see me live on, you know, a live stream or more. This is also how I've been playing the game overall for the last month. It's really great. It's really handy, especially because I have the internet backbone, like I said. But when I go look at my Streamlabs OBS, where I was running the game and I was also doing so much for the stream, my CPU was taking a hit. My GPU was taking a hit. Now all this is my CPU and GPU pretty much dedicated to having the best stream quality possible while the game is being rendered off-site. Sorry that there's not too much more exciting things to show you. I was just going to show you running around. I'm going to go just like massacre this lost lamb right here. Easy breezy. Instant cast. Bye, Ladybug. Just shredding sheep, baby. That's how this rolls. Let me go ahead and show you guys Destiny 2 now and show you that there's an example. Oh, it looks like a ladybug still trying to start something. So it is, for me, it is not detectable when I use the controller when I'm doing various things. It's like it does it instantly. There is no lag whatsoever. And so this is, from all in all case purposes, like if you think of paying for a month to month, it's pretty cheap. And that's why I wanted to do this as an unsponsored post. I want to sit down and tell you guys about this because I've been using the service. We've talked about it a little bit on stream, but for those of you who don't come to our live streams, might not necessarily know. Like, there might be an option out there. If you're sitting here on the fence, like, man, I need to upgrade my PC. If you've got really good internet, you might want to check them out. Again, links in the description. If we end up doing something with them later as a part of a kind of a channel-wide partnership, then I'll update the links for you guys as well, so we can see if we can't save you any kind of money. But let's teleport back to the house and and log out appropriately so I can switch over to Destiny and show you guys how it works with that game too. Now, one of the things I'm doing right now is I've actually lowered down the volume to the game itself, but the volume coming into my ears right now is amazing. I mean, this is a first-person shooter, and it feels so responsive. I got the free-to-play version of Destiny 2 when they made it free, back when they were kind of trying to like push Destiny things with the issues, you know, with Bungie and with and with Activision over on Battle.net. So I've never actually played it. I just got my free version. So this is the PC version running. What's really going to be exciting about this is that when we talk about Stadia, when we talk about all these different kind of options, like this, man, like guys, like this is legit. Like here I am just jumping, you know, aiming, things like that. It's just so good. Give them more. All right, give me an auto rifle. Let's open this door. Again, could easily switch over to full screen mode so you guys see me running shadow, no editing tricks, no like, oh, look at me, I'm just now running in like, oh, etc. Like, it feels immensely responsive. It feels a lot of fun to play. It feels really good being able to run this game at such high settings on the cloud, and obviously not using any of my, or at least very little of my PC resources. I'm not a cloud gaming expert, so I don't know if they're using any local PC resources. What I think about this, when I think about like Stadia, when I think about these options, I told him, I was like, I look forward to when I can kind of install this on my TV downstairs, where I could just like grab my controller, pick up and play and go. You have a grenade? I do have a grenade, but it doesn't stick. Okay. I haven't really ever played as a hunter before, so it's there's some things that are new and exciting. So the possibilities, I mean, I'm not going to really kind of play anymore because, like, if y'all seen the starting episode, you know, quest line for Destiny itself, we can just kind of go back to our normal thing, and then I can go ahead and figure out how to try to exit from. So it's like, imagine this, like, just imagine having it installed on your PC, having it like installed like on your tablet, having it installed on your phone. They have iOS, things like that, to be able to kind of just pick up and play wherever you are, to not have to sit here and manage the computers, not have to manage all of this. This is why things like, again, like I say, with Shadow PC, I really thank them for letting me test this out. It really is quite an interesting service. Check out the links and the information below. See if they've got some kind of test that you can kind of set up. And again, we'll keep you updated if we end up doing anything with them channel-wise as far as it goes. But being able to play Final Fantasy XIV in the cloud, being able to play Destiny in the cloud, being able to sit here and have this dedicated gaming PC that is going to keep getting better with and as the content gets better, it really is quite an interesting thing from a YouTube content creator's perspective, from a mild streamer's perspective. it is something that I think everybody should take a look at least and kind of see for themselves. For me, this proves that cloud gaming is going to have a huge viability. Nothing I think I could say will convince you of that. I think going hands-on and seeing if your internet works, if it all works and plays out really well, it's really quite fascinating. And that's just my thoughts, guys. I wanted to take this time again. I've got right now 12 gigs. I've got a I've got a GTX 1080 rocking and rolling, and that really gives me, I think, a great quality for games. And the fact that this is all being rendered off of my local PC means that my local PC is kind of a stream king. It allows it to 100% focus in on my overlays, all of my interactions, and then allowing the game to be processed elsewhere, and then the fact that I'm not seeing or experiencing any noticeable lag. There's obviously going to be times where like maybe you still want to keep it local, but from my perspective, I'm really happy that I can sit down and share this information with you, because it just makes me excited about the future, about cloud gaming and more. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Look forward to having these conversations with you about anything and everything cloud gaming here at the channel. Be sure to sign off. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Whoa, you guys are the best. Jorge, Kyle, Philip, 31 Edwards, Rock Druid, Corey Longwith, Aaron, Axis, Hambone, Lady Wild Plays, CNAVs, this is going too fast, Christopher, Phil, Shun, Dragons, Soul, Keen, Knights, Assassin, Carlos, Sherry, Robert, Leyland, Davon, Tim, Judge of World, Terrace, Sora, Scrub Lord, Trevor, Mill, Almond, 70s, Kimber, Tyler, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Cody, Legend, Carlos, Endless, Jonathan, Jade, Sai, Derek, Brandon, Aaron, Riku, Daryl, Chemistro, Lauren, The Wolf of the Gar, Kelly, Anthony, Solid, John, Huskree, oh my god, everybody, Dark Later, Christopher, Vestments, John, Nopi, Brian, Tom, Dylan, Silent, whew, I missed your names. I'm sorry. I love you all. Oh my gosh, that was tough.